Welcome to this year's final event of our Product Innovation course. You don't know what Product Innovation is? Well, simply said, it's a 7-month course with students from international and interdisciplinary background and projects coming directly from our industrial partners. But it's so much more than that. Within 7 months, our students create results worthy of presenting them in front of a big audience with company representatives. They also create an exhibition, which delivers the perfect environment for lively discussions. And we also celebrate a little bit the ending of a great year. This year, everything is a little bit different. So instead of a big crowd, I'm standing in front of an almost empty room with just the students who are eager to present their results to you. If you want more information about the product innovation, go to our website. If you want to participate, you can find all information there as well. And with that said, I don't want to take any more time from our students, so let the presentations begin.
Hello everybody, we are Team eTrick and we are going to present to you our logistics solution. This is Harold. He drives trucks like these that deliver to grocery shops in urban areas. There, half his truck is parked on the road while it takes him an hour to unload all the goods inside, all while his truck blocks traffic and pumps exhaust smoke that pollutes the street. When you imagine a green and urban city in 2050, is this what it still looks like to you? Now, what if things were different? How would that look like? What if Harold didn't have to park for hours in one delivery trip? He didn't have to think of where to park either or pull out the ramp and unload all the goods. What if the truck could just lower itself to the ground and maybe Harold could just leave it there? Harold's problems are also a growing concern for his employers. These are the grocery shops that need these logistics solutions. These are your Hofers, Spars and Lidls. To improve life for everyone, we, an international and interdisciplinary team called eTrick, worked for 8 months to develop a concept that addresses these problems. We conducted interviews and gathered information to define current issues in urban delivery logistics. So what if the pieces of Harold's truck look like this? Independently driven modules that are loaded according to the destination they're delivering to. Lesser cargo arrangement is required, and specialized modules can be chosen for the type and amount of goods transported. Once loaded, the modules are secured with the touch of a button. Inflatable fastening curtains drop down and hold the containers in place through their journey. Not physically connected, these modules follow each other in a convoy through intelligent communication. This smart convoy is led by Harold in his driver's cabin, who finds it much easier to drive around inner city corners and streets with these smaller units following him instead of one long truck. Once the truck arrives at its delivery point, the module for this store leaves the convoy and parks itself into the store's loading dock. The 180 degrees turning wheels allow it to park smoothly in the narrow street. The axle is connected in a unique way that allows lowering of the cargo to the ground level. The module is parked at the store and side doors slide open for easier access into the cargo space. The cargo space is now an extension to the store's storage area and store staff can unload it as they need. The containers get automatically scanned as they move out of the module. So Harold's job, it was done here as soon as he arrived. On his way back, he can pick up the empty modules and start the next round. And overall productivity is improved.
You see, time and efficiency are money for Harold's employers. eTrick enables flexibility in logistics by providing pay-per-load and distance solutions to grocery chains. And as the module functions as a warehouse on demand whenever you need, companies can also pay per storage time and in turn save on permanent warehouse costs at each store. By 2050, many cities will have bans in place for polluting combustion engine vehicles. The battery-powered eTrick modules allow our customers to benefit from green imaging and safeguard them against growing carbon regulations. Now, to bulletproof our concept, we pitched it to Spar, Lidl and Hofer. The feedback was positive, as companies see the need for innovation to meet future demands in logistics. The concept of pay-per-use warehouses was received favorably. Modularity was also well received, as it offers time and cost savings. Currently, on average, a third of the outbound from a typical warehouse serves location no further than 25 kilometers away. And this is exactly the market e-trick is aiming for. Companies face tight shortages of drivers like Harold. So e-trick solution welcomes a fully automated fleet in the future. And we are only getting started. Think of postal and parcel deliveries. What about groceries to end consumers like you and me? I'm Ivan, this is Chiara. On behalf of Team e-trick, we thank you for your attention. E-trick, deliver innovation.
Hello and good afternoon. We are Smart Energy and collaborating with a local energy supplier called Energy Graz. Our point of departure was that the old electrical meters will be replaced with new smart meters due to Austrian and EU regulation. But what can the smart meter do? The smart meter has two new operating modes. iim is the extended version. This is the mode desired by the energy supplier because it measures data values in 15-minute brackets. This option is only viable if the corresponding new products are bought by the consumers. This is why our solution is built on this business model. If these conditions are met, the iim modus becomes the most beneficial operating mode because it allows the Energie Graz better calculations due to improved data quality. But on the customer side, the benefits aren't so clear-cut. So, how do we convince our customers?
And that's where we as a team come in. On the one hand, we have the customers of Energie Graz, and on the other hand, we have Energie Graz as our customer in this project. Both sides have individual requirements. On the customer side, our solution has to make their everyday life easier. It has to be easy and simple to use. It has to assist them in their personal decision-making by highlighting individual benefits, and it also has to be future-proof. For Energie Graz, it is important that it is integratable in their current system, that it retains customers as well as acquires new customers, and that it creates new business opportunities for Energie Graz. Both sides want us to make innovative and unique features a part of our solution. So that's why we opted for an app concept, our Energie Graz Smart Energy Tracker. It's the most convenient solution for any customer out there, and it also combines all requirements into one solution. Here's a mock-up of our app. You can use it on your smartphone as well as on your tablet and your PC. For optimal compatibility and usability, it is integratable in the current online portal of Energie Graz. Let's take a closer look inside. It is easy to use through our self-explaining navigation. You never have to click more than twice to get to where you want to be. On the front page, you can highlight your individual benefits via using the customizable dashboard. You can choose all the trackers and charts and menus you like and pin them to said dashboard. We also have a variety of ways to make your everyday life easier and less energy consuming. We have many different charts, all of which are really easy to understand. We have energy trackers and cost trackers and energy saving tips for you, your family, and your home. But only that would be a bit boring, so we thought of some more innovative and unique features as well. For example, our comparison tool, with which you can compare your energy consumption to others. Via the filter, you can simply choose who you want to compare yourself to and over which time period. Then the graphics below will automatically adjust to your specifications. If that's all too detailed and abstract for you, it's not a problem. We want you to understand your energy consumption. That's why we thought of a solution where you can see how much your kilowatt hours really are. For example, how often you can go around the Earth in an e-car, or how many liters of fuel you used with your consumed kilowatt hours. If you're more the interactive type, we've also got you covered. Look at our challenges that we have for you in many different categories. Reap the rewards of your top-notch energy saving. There are many different exciting challenges waiting for you. Of course, we know that money is always the biggest concern. More precisely, saving money. But don't worry, we can help you with that. Our app analyzes your energy consumption and then suggests the best tariff options for you. You can easily switch and book them with one press of a button. Of course, it's important to look into the future. Our app will be able to analyze your energy consumption in real time and then, based on that data, manage the usage of your household devices in the most efficient way. Furthermore, our algorithms can enable the charging of your electric car at home due to your individual needs. As you can see, we're already working on the solutions to tomorrow's problems today. Thank you very much.
We almost won that race. How do we keep losing? Our team is one of the most technologically advanced vehicles in the world. Are we even doing anything with this data? Even though our car collects data, it's not accurate enough. The crew works tirelessly to install sensors under the car, but the sensors aren't integrated with the parts and are difficult to use with the computer system. On top of that, the data we do collect is unorganized and hard to interpret. I never know exactly when a part needs to be inspected, fixed, or replaced. And when I do know what to do with the part, I can never find it because we have too many things in this garage. Man, I wish there was something better.
Actually, there is something better. You need Aries.
The Greek god of war?
No, silly. Aries is Banco Racing's part management system designed to work seamlessly with their new sensor-integrated parts. It's just the right thing to give racing teams that competitive edge. Lena and Daniel from Team DataFlash can tell you more about it.
Thank you. So for the last 10 months, we've been working with Bankel Racing Systems. They challenged us with analyzing the current sensor data, figuring out how the sensor data can be used, identifying potential business opportunities, and finally developing a prototype. Bankel currently has 3 sensor-integrated parts, or I-parts: the central wheel nut, the drive shaft, and the wishbones. When it comes to sensors, a correct setup is key. A wrongfully configured sensor can easily produce false readings. In a race car, there are thousands of parts and even more sensors, which all need to be installed, so that gives a lot of room for human error. With the Bankel I-parts, sensor installation is no longer needed because the sensors are directly integrated into the parts. So that solves the first problem our crew member is having. But what about helping her organize the data and organize the race car parts?
That's a good question. Well, to solve that problem, we made Aries, which stands for Automotive Racing Enhancement System. Aries is a cloud-based system that allows for tracking a race car's parts, as well as the data that they produce while racing, and all of this in real time. And the best part, Aries comes completely free along with the purchase of Bankel's iParts. So now, let's see it in action. So this is the home page. Here we see favorite parts, favorite venues, as well as a news feed with news and updates from Bankel. All right, so let's go to the parts. If we want to add a new part, we just click Add New. Say we just bought it. Then we give it a name, category, and we can give it much more. But for now, let's just add it to our favorites. Great, it's in the system. Now let's go to venues. Let's say we're racing somewhere where we haven't raced before. We click Add New again, then we give it a name, category, and this time the race is in Austria. And let's add it to our favorites as well. Great, now we're all ready to go, and we can start a race. So this is the race screen. Right now, Aries is ready to receive data from us. But since we don't have an actual Formula 1 car, we'll be utilizing a special RC car and drive shaft prototype. Essentially, the RC car will send speed data to a mock drive shaft, which is powered by an electric motor, and this will then give it RPM and torque. On top of that, every transmission is encrypted, so your data is completely safe. All right, let's test it. So now we see our car moving, and we also see the graph changing. Right now it's RPM, but we can also switch and measure torque instead. We can even set an alert if our crew member needs to be alerted. For example, 600. Almost. Now our crew member knows what's happened. Great, now I think the race is finishing. After the race, we can go to our parts page, and then we click on our part, and we can see that the health has changed. We also see all of the usages. So if we click on the usage, we see the graph of the RPM and the torque over time. So because of all of this, our crew member's life is a lot easier.
Look, it seems like the next race is finished. Let's go check on our crew member. Oh my god, they did it! They actually won! I can't believe it! I wish I would have found you sooner.
Well, with Aries on your side, you'll never lose.
Welcome to the final presentation from Team Identification International. We have been collaborating and working with the company First Alpina Aerospace, which produces forged parts for the aviation industry. Now, when the parts produced are as critical as weight-bearing landing gear components, there is no room for errors. It is therefore no surprise that there are very strict regulations on the processes and parts tracking, even down to every single produced part with a unique identifier. With these requirements in mind, and also the need for using new technology to compete with future markets, we have come up with two solutions to streamline the process. Now, to put our two solutions into context, let's have a look at this simplified map of the processes we are dealing with. First, the parts are sorted by their serial number before being inserted into a giant furnace. After being heated in the furnace, they are inserted into a screw press, and in the screw press, they are forged and the serial number is lost. Both these steps of sorting and restamping are done completely manually, and that's where our two solutions come into play. Now let's have a look at our two solutions. On the left-hand side, you can see the parts tracking, which is assisted by a computer vision. This helps by sorting the parts before entering the furnace. On the right-hand side, you can see the digital hammer, which remakes the stamping after the forging has been done. Like previously mentioned, both these steps were done manually, but the automation is not only the added benefit, but also the creation of digital tracking history of the parts. Now, let's have a look at our solutions in more detail.
Now, how does our optical character recognition system work? Instead of the worker sorting parts manually before they enter the furnace, now a camera takes pictures of them, sends them wirelessly to a remote server where they can be processed, the serial number is extracted, and the timestamp is added to the database for quality control. How does our system achieve this? Well, we have industrial-grade cameras which take RGB images as an input, then they are turned into grayscale. With a Python code, the edges are extracted and are then fed into a Tesseract algorithm which recognizes the serial numbers and adds them to the database along with a timestamp. Now, one of the problems is that the metal surface is very noisy, so this algorithm can be drastically improved if in the future a neural network is used which is trained specifically to extract numbers from the metal surface. The digital hammer is our second solution, and it was recognized as the most promising way of both improving the worker's job and increasing digitalization. It removes the need for the worker to manually stamp the part and also hit the part with his own force by using a pneumatic single-shot air gun. On it, an automatic indexing head is mounted, which both changes and stamps the number. The whole device is controlled by the electronics module, which also communicates with the database to add the points to the system. Now, this device reduces the chance of error, saves time, and most importantly, the worker doesn't need to apply any force anymore. To show the plausibility of our device, we performed testing at first at the iim Institute at our university. We tested with small parts and had very positive results. Following this success, we had the chance to test our product also at the production facility of voestalpine in Kapfenberg, where the workers got the chance to stamp with the device themselves. They were impressed by the simplicity and ease of use and expressed the desire to integrate the digital hammer in their future workflow. We also learned a great deal during the trials, including most importantly that we will probably need a larger device in future to mark deeper in the metal so that the marking is not lost during the next production steps. Also, an aiming aid, such as a laser, would be very beneficial for workers to help them hit the exact spot every time, as would be some heat shielding to guard them from the radiation of parts exceeding 900 degrees Celsius. It is the integration of all of these components, such as the index head, the display, and the actuator, that will complete our product and realize the digital hammer's full potential. All of these parts exist separately, so it is just a matter of implementing them together to finish our product. voestalpine have already shown interest to pursue this in their own research and development facility. We are Team Identification International. Thank you very much.
Welcome everybody, I'm Nick from the OMV team.
And I'm Mike.
Today we want to take you on a journey with our protagonist Max. He works as a technician in the laboratory of a big oil company, and his current job is like cycling up a hill. It's exhausting and no fun at all. On our journey we will see how our product makes his life much easier, like riding downhill. Then we will talk about the benefits. And in the end, I will give you a short outlook and show you how it would be possible to make his job even more convenient.
Thank you, Nick. But for now, let's start at the beginning. In the oil and gas industry, metal pieces, so-called coupons, are used to measure corrosion rate in pipes. Let me show you how it works. First, the coupons are being weighed. Then they're installed into the pipe and are exposed to the environment condition for a certain amount of time. After that time, they're taken out and sometimes completely rusted. So they have to be cleaned of the rust without removing the base material. After they're cleaned, they're weighed again. With the difference in weight, you can then calculate your expected pipe corrosion.
But Max's job is the rust removal. So first, he brushes the coupon by hand. For many coupons, that needs, of course, a lot of muscle power. Then, he treats the coupons inside a chemical solution under higher temperatures where toxic fumes may evolve. And in the last step, he dries them by hand with compressed air.
To sum up, we can see this is a really manual process.
So let's have a look on our product and how it could help Max with his job. We started with an idea generation for the 3 main tasks: brushing, pickling, and drying.
Most of our innovation, however, happened at the pickling task, because we found out that these metal pieces can also be cleaned by doing electrolysis. It took us through a lot of tests, but in the end we got to some outstanding results. We also did one last test where we proved that it's possible to clean 6 of these coupons at the same time.
And the physics behind the rust removal is also quite interesting, because hydrogen bubbles evolve and push away the rust from the surface of the coupon. So we took our best concepts and combined them into a single machine.
So today we are very proud to announce our coupon cleaning machine. It's a standalone virtual prototype which is operated by Max, of course. It consists of the 3 steps: brushing, electrolysis, and drying.
And this is how it works. At first, the coupons are brushed. Then, they are inserted in the electrolysis bath where they rest for 30 minutes. And afterwards, they get dried by 2 air knives. And in the end, the cleaned coupons are ready to be picked out of the holder.
Let's also take a closer look at the holder. Our prototype has a capacity of 6 coupons. It also has an integrated circuit connection, which is necessary for the electrolysis.
Let's move on to the brushing step. We are working with 2 nylon roller brushes. And to improve the removal, we added an abrasive water injection. It takes around 2 minutes to brush the coupons.
Welcome to the centerpiece of our machine, the electrolysis. As you can see, we have a power source right next to the bath. If you take a look inside the bath without the electrolyte, you can see the coupons in the holder, their circuit connection, and also the platinum anode in front of them. With our tests, we found out that this step should take around 30 minutes, but there's no need for the operator to stay around.
And this is the last step, the drying. We have 2 air knives on both sides of the coupons. The focused air jet blows away the water and residues from the coupons. And this step takes only about 1 minute.
Okay, enough tech talk now, Nick. Let's also take a look at the benefits of our machine. Could you imagine working for 16 hours just to get 80 of these coupons clean?
At least that's the time Max currently needs. The goal by OMV was to reduce the time to 8 hours. We're very proud to announce today that we fit that goal with 7.8 hours. That's an astounding reduction of 51%. But if you know our team, you know just hitting the goal wasn't enough for us.
Yes, Mike, because if we compare the manual work time of Max, which he has to spend at our machine, we are only at 0.4 hours, which is a mind-blowing reduction of 98% and definitely a milestone in the history of coupon cleaning. Now Max is happy and he can focus on other work too.
We also want to give you a short outlook. If we want to increase the number of coupons that we can clean at the same time, we should increase the capacity of our holder, which can easily be done. We also should optimize the parameters for the electrolysis to get a more reliable and stable process. But all in all, our tests have proven that this technology definitely has a future in coupon cleaning.
To sum up, we can really say that our revolutionary machine is the key to a more efficient process, to an automated cleaning which takes less time and to a more convenient job for Max.
So thank you for your attention and see you around.
Hi, my name is Stefan, and today I want to talk about a highly sought after product. It's the toilet paper. To prove my point, I want to show you this picture. Maybe it looks familiar to you. Nevertheless, toilet paper was first invented in the 19th century. Until then, the production of it didn't change much. But do you know how toilet paper is produced? It needs a lot of energy, and most of that energy comes from fossil resources. Therefore, we said we want to change this. Numerous techniques have been utilized over the last centuries, and the leading technique is drying with heat. At this technology, huge machines are implemented, which are measuring tens of meters in length and with weight being unimaginably high. At the beginning, a mixture of water and paper fibers is injected, and the task of the machine is to remove this water till the end. The last drying segment, the Yankee cylinder, can have a diameter up to 6 meters and can weigh in excess of 200 tons. Just imagine the size of it. And with all that size and weight and the huge energy consumption, there's always room for improvement. And that's where we come in. Our dedicated team of students, together with our mentors, has spent months researching this problem, as well as having hours of hands-on experience at the machine itself. Countless ideas were discussed, and with the project clock slowly ticking away, the remaining time got shorter and shorter. And one day, we have struck gold.